Hello, you beautiful people. So, I'm finally back with a video after a bit of a break, and I'm pretty confident when I say that you clicked on this video because you're interested in Constance and what her kit does, right? Well, luckily for you, you've managed to land on the perfect video to get all the juicy info related to her kit. Today, I'm basically going to talk about Constance and her entire kit, including her basic abilities, talent, technique, Eidolons, light cone, and at the end, her team synergies as well as her overall value for your account. Honestly, after quickly skimming through her kit once, I would personally say that I really like her kit quite a lot, and it does seem like she'll single-handedly fix a lot of the problems with the break archetype. If you're planning to pull for any of the new characters though, you might want to check out Lubar because on this site you can save up to a total of 25% on all your purchases. To give an example, I'll buy this 3280 Nyric Shard pack for $43, and this same pack costs me about $50 from the in-game shop. You can see that it's cheaper, right? For the top-up process, just enter your UID in this box and choose your respective server depending on your account. After waiting for a few minutes, I received my Jades with the double top-up bonus because it was my first purchase. If you use my link which is in the description or the pinned comment though, you can get an extra 10% off on top of all the other discounts. Anyways, let me quickly mention the usual disclaimer that this version of her kit is the first one, and there will be a lot of changes made to her kit throughout the next weeks as it's currently not set in stone, and don't worry. I'll cover all the changes made to her kit in separate videos as soon as they release it. With that being said, let's begin without wasting any more of your time or energy. Alright, first of all, let's go over the basics, yeah? So, Constance is going to be a fire-type unit who follows the path of nihility, and she's mainly going to function as a support/debuffer on your team. Most of her abilities scale off her own attack, which is pretty typical, and she also has a lot of buffs, which greatly benefits pretty much all the break DPS units and the entire break archetype as a whole. I won't go too much into her kit right now as we're just discussing the basics, but I would definitely say that she is more catered towards Firefly compared to the other two break units, at least based on the V1 iteration of her kit. Talking about her release date though, if nothing changes within the patch schedule, her banner will go live on December 17th for the Asia servers and December 16th for the America ones along with patch 3.8's release. Just saying, if we count from now, you have a total of 43 days to start saving for her, which is quite a lot of time, so don't worry and trust me. You'll definitely have enough pulls to at least hit pity a single time on her banner, even if you basically spend all your savings on Cyrene. Anyways, let me just control myself to stop yapping and start talking about her entire kit in detail. So, as usual, we're going to talk about her talent first, because knowing what it does is going to help you understand the rest of her kit quite easily. First of all, when entering combat, Dahlia regenerates extra energy and grants an effect called Dance Partner to herself and the character that triggers the combat. Honestly, off topic, but I really like how they're naming these ally effects now with Dahlia's effect called Dance Partner and Dan Heng's effect called Bondmate. Coming back to the video, this basically means that if you start with Firefly or Rappa's technique, then they will get this effect. Now, this Dance Partner effect gives you a ton of things, the first being bonus super break damage when the enemy is broken, and some various buffs I'll talk about later. Other than that, after an enemy is attacked by the other character with this effect that isn't Constance, they will be hit by a follow-up attack by Dahlia, and if the enemy is broken, this will deal huge amounts of super break damage with a much higher multiplier than usual, making her sub-DPS potential a lot stronger. This follow-up can be triggered only once per turn, but it is really strong whenever you can utilize it. Welp, that's all there is to her talent, and it was easy enough, right? Next up, her skill is a basic zone that is deployed on use or with her technique and lasts for 3 turns while ticking down at the start of her turn. After using her skill, she also deals some blast fire damage, and when her skills zone is active, she gives allies weakness break efficiency and enables the core mechanic of her kit, making you deal super break damage outside enemies being broken. This is her main mechanic, and it is a really special one as this helps break's main weakness of being really backloaded. Personally, I've seen a lot of people have issues with this, but I think it doesn't really take away much from the archetype itself as this damage isn't really that major and your damage when you break and during weakness break state is still going to be a lot higher. Regardless of that, I think this is really cool and it has perfect uptime as well. Lastly, her ultimate is very simple as it just deals AoE fire damage and inflicts a debuff called Wilt on enemies that lasts for 4 turns. This debuff reduces the defense of enemies by 18% and then implants the weaknesses of both dance partners onto enemy targets. Basically, it means that every character is going to have a permanent weakness implant, and this is huge for characters like Rappa and Linksha who really struggle from not having implants in their own kit, and even Harmony MC who deals a ton of toughness damage but is mostly invisible outside imaginary weak content. Honestly, for being this powerful of an ultimate, it only has an energy cost of 130, which is not really that much, and you can easily achieve a permanent 100% uptime on her ultimate. That's it though. That's pretty much her entire base kit explained in detail to you guys. Personally, up until now, I'm really vibing with her kit as it seems decently strong while not being insanely broken and supporting the entire break archetype rather than just one or two characters. Moving on to her traces, I would say all of these are really good and synergize perfectly with her kit to make it way better than it currently is. Her first trace grants 24% of Dahlia's break effect plus an additional 50% for one turn to the ally with the dance partner effect. I know this buff does expire really fast, but it can be refreshed by healing or shielding Dahlia, meaning that if you run a sustain like Linksha or Gallagher you will be rewarded, with you not really losing that much if you decide not to. Next up, her second trace recovers a skill point for every other follow-up attack Dahlia does, which is a pretty simple trace and provides a decent amount of utility. Now, the last trace of hers increases an ally's speed by 30% whenever they apply a weakness to an enemy. Additionally, if this is done by a fire character, they will regenerate energy equal to 10% of their max energy. I think it's very obvious that this trace in particular is very great for Firefly as she struggles really hard with generating her ultimate, and her downtime without her ultimate state is honestly quite painful to watch. Welp, with the traces explained, we're done taking a look at her entire kit in detail, and I hope you understood my explanation about what she does. Now, let's move on and quickly skim through her light cone and some other stuff. So, her light cone is also very simple. It grants the team 32% break damage, which is one of the rarest and strongest buffs in the game, and will increase your break team's damage by essentially 1.3 times the base amount. On top of that, it additionally gives skill points too. Yeah, I mean, do I really need to say anything? It's an insane light cone at its current state, and I would say that if you have the funds, you should definitely try to pull for it. Before I end the video though, I wanted to show you a small comparison between Harmony MC and Constance in a premium super break team. Here, I used Firefly as she's a good base example, and you can see how much Dahlia improves her super break damage, not even including how she can break outside of the weakness broken state. I think this kind of shows you how strong her base kit is, and she is a really complete character at E0, but her Eidolons are great too, but feel really unnecessary when she's so strong by default. If you want to read about her Eidolons, I'll post their explanation in the pinned comment. Overall, I would say her kit is incredibly simple and powerful and really does make break viable again, and I'm excited to see how she shapes up over the next few weeks, but that's it from me for this video. Also, I didn't mention it before as it gets annoying, but if you liked the video, then do consider subscribing. With that being said, I love y'all and I will see you in another one.